What's going on, fam? We hard in the bully, man. Hardcut bully kennels, man. We inside with the pups today. Today we want to talk about keys to a successful breeding program. We're a few years into this camp here. About 4 generations in now. I keep saying three. I think we're about 4 generations into our own bloodline now. And I have bred several different types of breeds before: bulldogs, uh, Rottweilers, I couldn't think of the name, and especially pit bull. But we're about 3 years into the camp of American Bullies, and I think there's some keys that you can learn from it that get you a successful camp. These are nice looking pups. I got American Bully puppy litter in here right now. They are almost 6 weeks old, a little over 5 weeks old. Getting ready to go get their ears cropped here shortly. And after that, they'll be ready for their forever home. So they've already been purchased and pretty much ready to go. But we're gonna talk, and I got another. Hold on, let me show y'all this one here. This the one they all looking for. That boy Legend. I got Legend up in here. He represents 3 generations of breeding correctly. American pocket bully. You know what I'm saying? Stalk. He got a nice mother, so he's very athletic, all around good dog, man. Good companion dog. But anyway, what's the keys to a successful breeding camp? It starts out with a very obvious thing, but that it's hard to do. And that's get good breed stock. You know, if you don't have good breed stock, you're not going to produce good stock. And even though money is a factor in it, you have to spend the time getting breed stock before you're going to make any money, before you're even going to be consistent enough for people to even know what you produce. So you'll have an urge to go and get a Merle and try to breed a Merle because Merles are going for the most money, and you want to come in and get the most money, and that's fine. But you got to understand that they're buying Merles for pets, and you're trying to buy a Merle for breed stock, and that's completely different. So if it's paying $5,000 to $6,000 for a pet, you gonna spend about $10,000 for the breed stock. And if you just buy a pet Merle, that ain't no good. Now, what do I mean by pet versus breed stock? A pet has more than 2 flaws in it. A breed stock has 2 flaws or less. So this pup, we can see she's got a good muzzle, good bite. She don't have an underbite, or overbite. Her feet, if you can see, they're going the same direction, so that's not easty-westy. If she had easty-westy feet and an underbite, that would be 2 flaws. Now, if she had a high rear, then she no longer breed stock, because that's 3 flaws that would make her a pet. So you have to have a dog that doesn't have a high rear, that has good angulation in the legs, that's not cowhawk. Look how straight that goes down. That's not cowhawk, full tail, breed stock. And if you get 2 breed stock, then you can go with the Merle and start out. But you got to understand, you can't breed 2 Merles together. You're still going to have another really good bully for breed stock. And that's the key to the whole thing. If you don't start with good breed stock, you're not going to produce good stock. And if you start with good breed stock, you're going to produce good stock no matter what you do. I always say that if my camp broke loose, if everybody broke loose in the middle of the night and had an orgy, we still going to have some good pups because everything on my yard is good breed stock. And a while back, I kept a whole litter. And people said, why are you doing it? You got to sell pups. You got to make money. I said, man, I'm trying to build a bloodline. I need structure. I don't know which one of these studs is going to be the next, but one of these is right. And I need these females, so I kept the whole litter. And this stud produced this litter from the litter that I kept, and he produced the litter that I got in the other room. So he's an amazing stud, and I sold his brother maybe a few months ago, and we're still gonna produce with the sister. So the point is, I had to keep them because they were breed stock, and that's what I'm trying to do, is produce good stock. So I can't. I had to keep them because either that or I had to go and buy them. Like I'm telling you, you have to go and buy some good breed stock. Now, if you get the right breed stock, that's a color carrier too, then you really in the business. But you have to pay a little bit for that because it's not a pet. And it's not a pet because why? It has 2 flaws or less. If it had more than 2, more than 2, it would be a pet. This one, she really dirty here. This is one of my keepers here. We're gonna keep her. Let me get her cleaned up. She's got a real good print to her. I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera right. But it took a while to get consistency. This is 3 generations in. Why is that? Because I started for structure. So meaning I had to get the best 2 structured bullies to breed, not just the perfect color, perfect match, none of that stuff. So sometimes I had to breed a standard to a pocket. Because they had the structure. So that gave me inconsistent size and litter. But doing that, I produced some great breed stock that I was able to build on. I was able to get the ones that I need out of it to do for my program and keep going. That's why we got good pups now, good stock. Second is, I would say, do your research. Even though you see the pup and you like the pup, you fell in love with him, he came to you, all that's good. But unfortunately, this is breeding. It's not pet buying, this is breed stock. So you got to do your research for people that are doing what I'm saying, structure. I'm not the only person that talks about structure. This is any breeder from any breed. The best structure costs the most money. That's from any breed. Any breed. Doberman Pinscher. I did a special on Floodles a little while ago. Started 20,000, end up at 100,000 if you got good structure. You see what I'm saying? So on the low end, it's 20,000. But if you got good structure, it could get up to 100,000. So this is not just me talking or the American Bully public. This is a breeder, period. And to be a breeder, you need to know what it is you're into. I always tell anybody, get into what you're into, man. So go do your research because you have no experience, but you can get experience from people like me on the internet. You need a circle of about 5 people, and you're not going to be able to find that in your neighborhood. So get on the internet, find you a good circle that you can listen to. You don't have to listen to every single thing that nobody says, but you're going to get pointers along the way that's going to keep your camp going, man. And it starts with good breed stock. If you do that, it's going to be easy. Another thing I would say is facility matters. The kennel that I have for these pups right now, they are in the drop floor kennel where they don't have to stand and poop or they don't have to ever be standing in pee or anything. They are completely fluffy at all times. I keep their coat right. This is the first time I really had to wipe them off because they were eating mush today and they got a little bit messy. But you see they love it. But we bred for temperament and structure to begin with. Temperament, structure, and muscle. But we end up getting good color too. And that's the last point is when you start off right, you'll get right. Because the people that are breeding for structure are breeding for color too. So get the good structure and you'll find good color. You don't have to worry about it coming. I got every color you can think about in this litter. But we started looking for structure first. Health matters, man. Oh, I think we got one more in here. We got one more. Little Smurfette. She's not gonna get her ears cropped. Her new owners didn't want her ears cropped, so she's gonna probably be the first one to go. All blue female. Little girly. But anyway, man, good breed stock, good facility, get experience, do your homework. Don't just jump into something. Don't just go buy your cousin's dog for $35 and think you a breeder like me, man, because you're not, man. It takes a whole lot to get this going. And it might take you a few years. This is 3 years in to get to here. Were we producing good pups from the beginning? Yes, but I'm saying now we're consistently producing great pups. Consistently. Anything that got my hard-cut bully name on it is a good dog. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's what every breeder should be trying to do. Better the breed. You're not trying to get in it to make money. You're getting in it to better your breed. And if you start with structure, you will better your breed, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you get through messing around and playing around, you need to come on off the bench for the big win. And get you something hard cut. It's on.